Hello, my dear Taurus. This is your love and spirituality reading for the time between March 16 and March 31st, 2017, with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. So I now use the Legacy of the Divine Tarot by Zero Marketing. And I will start shuffling your cards. And I call the Divine with love and light. And I call the four archangels in the four corners of the world. And I call the six elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to join us here today and to give us a clear view reading for my dear Taurus viewers. So I want my dear Taurus to have love in their lives. I also want you to have loving relationships and creative success. And for you to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. So we have the Six of Swords and the Queen of Wands popping out. That is about Six of Swords is being able to communicate what's in your heart and take it seriously. Take it seeing the truth of what you really feel and think, and Queen of Wands is very great on expressing that as well. So I also want to take the chance to tell you about the full moon March 12 and the new moon March 28, and it will be visible at daytime, leaving the nighttime really dark for stargazers. Earlier March 20 we will have the spring equinox in the northern hemisphere and the autumn equinox in the northern hemisphere. So okay, I will just tune in for a few seconds. Okay, so this is your future. This is your now, and this is the past. The now is probably the second part of March 2017, but whenever you watch this is probably the exact right time to see it. So the first card for you is Page of Swords. It suits very good with the Six of Swords and the Queen of Wands. The Page of Swords is pure air. It's about communication, about thinking, about truth. So it's like this little Page of Swords is challenging you to be brave enough to actually tell your truth. We have the Two of Swords here. The Two of Swords is generally a card about, or a situation where you might want to put the lid on. You might not want to tell your truth because you fear the consequences. But here the Page of Swords is kind of challenging you to take this, to do this brave thing and really tell what's on your mind. It's like this time when you do something that makes your heart really race, and then you know also where you have it, because it will pound so hard in your body when you tell something that you have been keeping a secret, or you haven't been able to tell it because you didn't think that the person or the persons around you would really understand, or that they would be too pushed about what you want to tell them and what you need to tell them probably. So the Page of Swords is for truth above all, and they sometimes need to challenge their surrounding, teachers, bosses, partners, family, neighbors, whatever. When you have something on your mind that wants to come out, wants to be communicated, sometimes you need to be really brave and disturb the silence a little bit. The next card is Fate. Is actually your card, Taurus. It's the number 5, the High Priest or the Hierophant card. It's about religious beliefs, but it's also about society's morality codes, and also the wisdom that we all as humanity has been able to gather. But sometimes you need to challenge those society codes. So this can be a situation, for example, where your kids doesn't have it really good in school, and you need to go and challenge the teachers or the other student or parents to tell them and to talk on accordingly for your child. I'm saying child because there's a child here, but this might be your inner child as well that needs to have a spokesperson in you, and to challenge some of those old rules about kind of minding your own business and keeping your mouth shut and not create a havoc. The Page of Swords is a little bit challenging you to actually make a havoc and disturb and shake up those rules about acting, because we usually don't want to cause a drama or in our lives, and we don't want other people to think low of us. So sometimes we keep our truth inside, even though it would be better if we expressed this, what we want to express. Sometimes when we actually do express it, we do it too harsh because we have kind of hold back until it just explodes. And then it comes out a little bit undelicate maybe. So it's better if you can say, I'm sorry, I would like to address one thing. It's like this. I've seen this situation and maybe we can talk about that. I want to see your point of view in this and I want to share mine. So you can do more like this. So here we have a King of Cups. And the King of Cups might be a person in your life, a water person in your life. It's also probably mirroring something within you, a part within you that has the capacity to really heal here. Because the King of Cups is a depiction for a whole person. He has aligned himself with his feeling, and to do that, to start to align with his feeling, there's going to be a lot of feelings there that haven't been addressed and that needs to be seen. And this is when you can feel it, you can heal it. So when the King of Cups rise to this challenge to be a spokesperson for feelings, because he's a person of water, he also purifies himself in the process, becoming a whole person. He's cleaning out his inner space and kind of finds rest in there eventually, when all the feelings that has been standing there waiting to be heard and seen has been just that, heard and seen. And eventually all the feelings that was there and wanted to be heard and seen has subsided. The sea is subsiding, and then he can start to hear his true emotions, those that's come like every second of every day, and be very in tune with this and always reacting immediately to a situation, and immediately being awake enough to say, I feel like this, I want this, this could be a good thing for us to do now, what do you think? Being very in tune with himself all the time. And that's giving him also a sense of security, because he finds no more his inner space or his feelings a threat. So he can put himself to a little bit of stressful situation and know that he will handle this, because he can handle the waves of emotions. So with the King of Cups, sometimes we say that no one can touch a whole person, a person that's healed. They can't really be shaken to the ground because they are so steady and so calm in this self-centered, self-love, this knowing awareness. So it's a beautiful situation. So if you can be like this when any situation come across that might be a little bit challenging, you can also be very warm and generous to other people, because when you love yourself, you have capacity to love others. And if you can make yourself calm, you can also have the capacity to calm others, take responsibility. So this is a calming card in this situation here. The next card is 10 of coins. So it's also a very stable card. It talks about place of value. It could be a valuable relationship. It can be a place of work or a family situation, a house, something that you value and they make you feel safe and make you feel grounded. So together with the King of Cups and the 10 of coins, it's a very stability. It's like a warm embrace. It's like a home to come to and feel very welcomed, or it can be It can be a marriage, it can be a situation where you're offered a gift or offered protection, or that someone actually understands you. Maybe you challenge a situation here, and that person that you challenge is saying, yes, I totally understand you, I get what you are saying, yes, we can work on this, we can try to change this. So it's a very promising situation. And here we have the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is a situation where you have a little bit of a problem because you are thinking maybe too much about other people's opinion of you. You're thinking about how they would react to what you're doing, saying, so it's like you have this outside view of yourself instead of being on the inside of you. So even if you have a situation that seems very promising here, you still feel a little bit like you need to do maybe a revolution, or to take off your old domestication and start to see maybe it doesn't matter so much what other people thinks of you. Of course, you want to come off as a very calm and generous and nice person that doesn't getting worked up over small things. But maybe you also want to come off as a person taking responsibility and seeing where things are heading in the wrong direction and correcting this. So, and it doesn't matter, as I said, so much what other people think of you as what you think of you. So if you have a voice in your head that's kind of being a bit tormenting, I think you can start to instead do as the King of Cups, stay with your emotions, because when you stay in your body and you feel your body, you can't think so much. It's sometimes a problem to do both of those things, and that's a really help if you're overly thinking. And Eight of Swords might be also that you're keeping a situation calm. You don't want to address the situation because you fear conflict. So it's like a unsolvable situation because you aren't able to communicate how you think or feel, because you fear the future, or you can't see a solution to a problem. So maybe it's like that you see a problem with the situation, but in the same time, this person or this situation that you see a problem with is also a very beneficial situation for you. So you don't want to go and disrupt that. But in the same time, you are kind of lying to yourself when you're not telling this what you see, because it's like you need to blindfold yourself to be able to continue with this relationship or stay in this situation. It can be different things. It can be like we have a really good neighborly cooperation, for example. This could be a very nice situation where you have some kind of community and everything is going swell there, but you see that there's happening things behind the curtains that would be good to address. Maybe the nice cashier are swindling money, for example, and you know this, but you don't want to tell because you fear the consequences. So instead you are kind of keeping your mouth shut about this, what you see, and not taking the challenge. It's kind of being a whistleblower with things. It can be anything. It can be like it can be your neighbor chopping down a tree that you would have preferred have stayed there, but even if you cry and are sad about this tree, you can't tell them because you don't want to disturb the nice neighborhood, or you don't want to make your boss angry, or you don't want to upset some important person that you really love. So it's you keeping quiet about this, what you see. The next card is the Six of Swords that came from when I shuffled the cards. So the Six of Swords is being granted the Ace of Swords, the vision, the seeing, the knowing, being able to see what's going on. And here's the water. The water is for emotions. So the seeing is causing some ripples in your emotions, and you know what this is about. And you the advice with this card is to also communicate this so it doesn't stay a wound with you. This is actually Persephone going through the landscape of the down under or netherworld to meet Hades. So she's going to get married here. So it's a whole story with this. It's a whole mythology that could be very beneficial for you doing this process. If you read into it, you can understand more what's going on with you. But usually it's like going down in your feelings to find out who you really are and what you really stand for and things like this. So and sometimes it can be hard when you have some idea that might not be the same idea, that you feel that you are the only one seeing this and everyone else seems very content with the situation, but you see that there's something wrong and you would like to start addressing this, but you feel very lonely. So you think that you are very isolated in this. So maybe that's why you fear to come out with this, what you see. But we have another little revolutionary child here to help you with this. Here's the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands isn't much for rules or regulation. It's this child that's always goes against the parents' rules and do something a little bit crazy, but they kind of believe in themselves, and they are not here to really be followers. They are here to be leaders. So they are going to show this at early age, being a trouble for the teacher in the classroom, but eventually growing up to a person that has a high integrity and high self-respect, and are also very good to solve problems in a very quick way, and usually don't care what people think about them, because they have this great spirit with them that they really want to. They have something that they want to accomplish. They are not going to stay a sheep in a flock. In the flock of the society. They are going to grow up to lions and dragons and wolves. So they are more this kind of unique individuals. So you have two children now, and it's the children with the sword and wand. So it's the phallic male children here, with the male elements of fire and air. So intellect and also your soul's longing, the fire, the passion. So those children together is making a rather revolutionary duo. So we'll see. In the center here, we had yet another character, and it's the Knight of Wands. It's, of course, the next step from the Page of Wands. We have the Page of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the King of Wands. So the Page of Wands is the seed. The Knight of Wands is the person that puts the seed to the ground, starts to take action, that means. And they are very sure on this, what they have this conviction, this burning fire within them, actually being backed up by a truth that they have been seeing. So it's the Knight of Wands is a very lively energy. It doesn't want to be stopped. It's Sagittarius energy, so it's an arrow moving forward, and it doesn't want to stay in some old conservative way of being. So if you want to keep friends with everyone now, it's going to be a problem if you don't sew your mouth shut. Something is happening here, something fiery, something really hasty also, I would guess. Rather hasty decisions, hasty situations, things moving very rapidly. So here's a Nine of Wands. So Nine of Wands is a card for fighting, keep on fighting. And you have the 10 of coins here. So this for me can mean two situations. Either you are going to fight to try to keep yourself together, keep your mouth shut so you can save this situation. Try your best effort to save this situation. Be a good trooper. Try to really restrain yourself to keep on fighting for this, what you want to have in your life. But it can also mean that this page and Knight of fire energy is kind of building up, But it seems very supportive. It doesn't seem like you're going to go like spreading like wildfire over the village. It seems like you're fighting for a good cause, like something that's really called for. So I don't think you have to be so afraid. It looks like you're really trying with your best effort to do something that you believe in. So I wouldn't be so fearful of this situation. No, here comes the World card. So instead of the situation we had here in the past that ended with the Eight of Swords, we now have the World card. So it seems like this, when this fire is setting loose and all these things is set in motions, you are seeing the truth and accepting it, not being blindfolded anymore, then it seems like you are going to be put just like that on your highest road towards your highest destiny, actually doing something that you really are supposed to do. So don't fear this energy, even though it seems like it's going to disturb something that you really loved or you took a great appreciation in. It seems like you need to break free in this moment and do this wild thing. It seems like it's very supported, and it's like something that you're rather experienced in. So you will have to use all your skill and wit and experience to solve this situation, but it looks like you are the right person for the job. The World card is the last card in the major arcana, so it's kind of a diploma for work well done, and also sometimes a final test. So it's like you have seen a truth of a beautiful situation which you loved, and you haven't been able to act from this truth because you feared the consequences. But here everything seems to kind of go in a certain direction. So it's like no idea to keep holding back anymore. It's just going with the flow, even though it can be a bit fearful. But it's like you're trying your best to align yourself with the highest power and really do the best you can in the situation. And no one can ask more of you than this. Okay. So here is the future. So here is the Nine of Swords. So of course you are going to torment yourself over this decision. It's like the thing that you feared here. You feared that you would be thrown out of balance and that things would go out of hand and you would lose things that you really love and care for. And here it seems like you have gone full blown with this overthinking thing, like really tormenting yourself to the amount that you can't really sleep. So you're really worried in this situation. You know what you have, but you don't know what this is going to lead to. So there's going to be some sleepless night and dread whispering in your ear. So to calm yourself down as much as possible in this a bit distorted situation or up-heightened situation, try to write everything, all your fears down, and take them seriously. Solve the issues that you can solve, so maybe you will sleep better the next night, and the things that you can't solve, let them be for another day. Usually when things are really entangled, we can't really see a way out. But if we just let things rest, with time we will get wiser, more circumstances will show themselves for us, we will get more information, and we can make a much more grounded decision. And this is kind of when you have made this decision and then hate yourself for it. And I would like you to see that you didn't have any option in this situation, that this was the road that was shown to you, and it was shown to you in a very hasty way. It was just like jumping on a train. So here you have Nine of Swords and Nine of Wands. The nines are usually those a bit disturbant situation before you are getting to shore, so to speak. It's connected with the nine, Hermit. That is a little bit like when the human being went into the teenager and need to get their own place and thinking out their lives for themselves. They couldn't maybe stay. You couldn't maybe stay with this company or in this relationship or with this family communion, or you couldn't at least don't keep really even with them because maybe you needed to do something that was out of the truth of your heart, but maybe disturbed their situation. And so try to not torment you too much during this transit period. So here we have yet another page. So it seems like maybe children are involved in the situation, or maybe you and other people have their inner childs exposed. The Page of Coins is kind of the mission that you had when you came, and you had all the abilities and just the right kind of personality to actually fulfill this mission. So the more you change yourself to something that you're not, the more unable you will be to be your true self and fulfill this mission. So the advice with the Page of Coins is to really listen to our inner truth and align with that, no matter the consequences, because this is how you were supposed to be, and this was what Earth needed when you were born. So, and we need you as you are. We don't need a distorted version of you, or a person trying to behave in a way that other people can accept. You need to be your true self. With all the children here, we are going back to the core of you, who you are in your ground level. And this is the Page of Coins. This is like how your soul has gone down in a little human body, like this. This is the soul, and this is the manifestation of the soul with the body, the temple. And really central here, you have the Knight of Wands. So it's no stopping you now. The Knight of Wands is kind of going where it needs to go. So here we have the Moon also. So it seems like it's a time of great uncertainty. And before, you were very calm with your emotion. You knew what you had to expect, and you felt safe, and you had maybe some supportive surrounding. And now maybe you had to risk everything of that to do something else. And here's the Moon card. So it means, again, going down to your subconscious and finding out who you really are, and facing all the feelings that you have not been able to face, or you have tried to avoid doing things that would upset you, so those feelings would resurface. But now they are here, so you just need to deal with them because they want to be seen. Sometimes we try to avoid what's really best for us, and what seems to be best for you now is to maybe live in a little bit of uncertainty, so those feelings will come up, so you can be able to see them and feel them and start healing them. So it's both a very adventurous time with new things happening, and in the same time it's bringing up a lot of dust, a lot of old stuff for you, things that you have been trying to avoid feeling maybe. But it's a good card. It's about solving past life issues, old traumas, old heartbreaks. It's also seeing through the illusions, like you see the truth, and you need to be the truth, and you need to communicate the truth. So everything that has kind of prevented you from doing this probably has a feeling that represent it, because you have avoided to tell the truth, because you wanted to avoid a certain feeling. So that's a reason why I want you to write things down, because then you can get more aware of your actual fears. And when you can see them in writing, they might not be as dangerous anymore. And also what you put attention to usually starts to heal in many miraculous ways. So it's time to see the truth and not stay in the illusions anymore. And maybe a situation were really great, but it has kind of deteriorated or need to change anyway, because you are supposed to do something else. So here is the Tower card. So this old thing that you have relied on, it seems like it needs to go, and you need to be like a little bit of a fighting, not fighting so much with others, but maybe fighting for your survival, or fighting for this. It's like you had a very stable situation, and then you needed to do something because it wasn't really the truth, or it wasn't really aligned with you. It was in some way out of order. And it's like when we need to break up from a very beautiful relationship, or quit a job that has given us good money, we will feel very uncertain during a time. We don't have we have no ground to stand on. So that's why you need to have this fighting spirit right now. It's like you shouldn't give up. Things are going to get better. With the Tower card, it might sound strange I'm saying this, but the Tower card is healing. It's just tearing down what's no longer useful in your life to free you so new things will come into your life. And if you don't want to lose a certain situation, or you still love a person, you don't have to lose them. It just needs to be a great clean out in this relationship or in this situation. And if you are still meant to be, you are going to reunion later. But for now on, there's a big cleaning process going on. So all the things that's not you can just be thrown out, and you can build on a new, much more stable situation. But with the moon and the Tower card together, probably there will be some really heavy situation where you really will feel like, oh my God, what have I done? But it's major arcana card, so it wants to be like this. It wants to happen like this. It's not you doing this. It's greater forces that's making its way through your life to change things and shift things, and it just happened by synchronicity. You cannot do anything but going with the flow. You can push through. You can't avoid this, and it's going to be for the greater good. It's going to bring you back to who you really are in the core with the pages here. And then last card here is a Temperance card, and it's number 14. So 1 + 4 is 5, back to faith and religion. This is the time when things of uncertainty is kind of making you step up to who you really are, so you can show your true colors, and you can get new experience to put to this library of wisdom. So it's just making another lap. It's like just building to this library of knowledge. The Temperance card it's like when you meet a new culture, or you and faced with a totally new situation that's don't know it at all, so it's totally new for you, and you're making this new experience. And when this new experience has become your reality, and it's like everyday thing to you, it's like you have expanded. Then you were this person before, and now you have expanded to this person. And when you then are put in for a new situation, you are going to expand even more and getting more and more knowledge. That's what the Fate card is about. We are not supposed to stay as we are forever. We are supposed to experience new thing and expand. So sometimes we need to be stepping out of a very safe situation that has been very comforting for us, because something new is coming, and it's going to make us grow. So it doesn't seem like the most easiest time, but it also seems like you're very supported, and that this will lead to a great transformation in your life in a very beautiful way, with the 21 World and the Temperance card. That's very great cards. They are very supportive, and it's like you have a lot of help also during this situation. But most of all, you need to believe in your own truth. You can't fake this. You can't stay in the illusion anymore. So I will take some cards for you from the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms to see what's going on. Probably that one. The Dragon's Duel. Inner conflict, morality, conscious choice. Yes, it's much like the 8 of Swords, where we have a situation here that's it's hard to solve. You don't know what way to go, and eventually you need to make a decision. And when you have made a decision, then you can hate yourself for it. Oh God, why did I make that decision? I would like you to be more supportive to yourself, and trust in yourself to make the right decision. And if it's kind of indicated that it's the wrong one, every mistake is a stepping stone to what you need to learn. So as long as you are truthful to yourself, and being the best version of yourself, trying to also take care of others in the process. You really can't go wrong here. So the next card is the resting tree, patience, stillness. So I think it's rather connected to the moon and the tower situation here, that during this process, when everything is kind of falling around you, just let it fall. Just let it be. Find in a place of stillness where you can ride out the storm. So it's like this, when things are really changing around us, and it's going to change and then resettle in a new stability. And during this process, if you are really worked up and feeling really sad and everything like this, it's a probability that you will create the same thing that you had in your past in the future. So for really making this change go deep, you just need to let it happen and try to be as okay as possible with it. Just don't make any resistance. Just say, okay, this is the situation now. I can't change it. I'm just going to go with it, and we'll see what comes back to me when the storm is over. So this is a little girl resting underneath a big great tree, underneath its roots, and lying in fetal position, maybe just feeling her feelings, just feeling the pain, just staying with it, nourishing it, and maybe writing down also what you feel, and start to communicate with the feeling, like, why are you here? What do you want to tell me? What is it that I have missed? What is it that I'm not really seeing? Because you want to start to see what's happening within you for real. So it seems like you need to give yourself a break with this decision, and trust yourself to make the right choice. And when you have made a choice, try to go with it. Don't upset yourself. Try to rest in the decision and just see what comes back to you. It might take months or even years before the things comes back to you that you want to have. But underneath this process, it's much better for you if you could have been as calm as possible. It's no need to be upset about things that you can't really change. It's just waste of energy, and it's going to create resistance in your life that's not going to give you the best outcome. So the more you can relax in this situation, the better it is. So past life oracle cards also. We have Father here, so that's of course very central since we have children here, and also the King of Cups. That's a beautiful father figure. So it might be that you want to be able to be responsible for your family, or take really the best care you can of your children, or about your inner child as well. So it seems like you take a lot of responsibility in this situation, maybe too much. Maybe you take responsibility also for people that you can't really take responsibility for, like your neighbors or the feelings of your boss or your partner. Sometimes, okay, you can take care of other people's feelings, but not on expansion of your own. We also have the Atlantis card. So the Atlantis card is probably something that you need to remember from your past, some great loss of something that was really valuable to you, that you might not have really been able to face up till now. Atlantis is also a beautiful card about ancient memories and ancient golden eras that can really give you this sense of nostalgia. And it's also telling you that you have been and done like everything. So it's not this is not a big thing for you in the whole picture. You have been worse off. Atlantis is also talking about ancient knowing from that you have that will maybe resurface, like those swords here. Maybe you will start to remember things that you have forgotten. And it's I think it's about I think in the time of Atlantis that we had a much more healthier community when it comes to emotions. So maybe also male persons had very great access to their feelings in a much more beautiful way than we have had in historical times. So I think this is a return to this. So this, what you are doing with this taking responsibility for your inner child, might also be an awakening of a new masculine archetype within you and within your relationships. A more caretaker, like someone that's nurturing the earth, nurturing children and nurturing the female instead of being its excavator or its authority figure. So it seems very loving. Okay. Thank you, dear Taurus, for watching this far, having the patience. And also, I'm very grateful for all of you subscribing, liking, and commenting to my videos. I want you to take really good care and stay at ease during this transformative period. And I hope to see you again in the beginning of April. Okay, bye-bye.